Well, former Rainbow Warrior basketball star Carl English was in the spotlight this past Friday as his Canadian national team faced Team USA before heading to China for the Olympics. Team Canada, however, failed to qualify for the Olympics this year, so English, who plays overseas in Europe, had some added incentive to play hard when he went head-to-head against Kobe Bryant.
You earn those guys' respect for playing hard like that, and it's always a good experience for me, and I'm still trying to get on that level, so anytime you have these chances to play and show you belong, it's always good.
But it hasn't always been good for English, who went undrafted after foregoing his senior season at the University of Hawaii. And after training camps with the Indiana Pacers and Seattle Supersonics didn't pan out, English continued to pursue his NBA dream by playing in the developmental league. But after realizing he could be making more money overseas, that's exactly where he headed.
Yeah, I can go to camps, but I'm not going to camps unless I have guaranteed money, because you make too much money over there to turn down to just go to a camp for free. So basically at the level over there where it's a step below the NBA. So when you go and have, like this year I averaged 15.5, and I had some looks, and this summer rather than going to camps you do more negotiating. It's not where I want to be, but you know, I'm in the second best league in the world.
3 years ago, English played in Italy before moving to Croatia in 2007, where he won the Croatian National Cup with Zadar and finished second in league scoring. This season, he moved to Spain to play for Gran Canaria. He spent the past 4 years with the Canadian national team, but this year it went 1-2 in the Beijing Olympic qualifying tournament in Athens. Not good enough to play for a medal. Last week against Kobe with 11 points in a 120-65 loss to the red, white, and blue was as close as he'd get.
They're unbelievable. It's always tough when you play those guys all on one team. It's just unbelievable, but it's a pretty good experience. And you know, we hung in there for the first quarter, but that was about it. But you know, I think they're going to have to do pretty well this year.
Colt, what do you think about all this attention you're getting?
It's kind of crazy, you know. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting it, but it's been awesome seeing the fans, you know, react and be so enthusiastic about me being here.
I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. He's healthy, rested, and looking to impress. Talking about former UH All-WAC quarterback Colt Brennan, 6th-round draft pick of the Washington Redskins. Medically, Colt's completely cleared to compete and is doing fine following off-season hip surgery. Brennan's mindset showcased all his skills for first-year head coach Jim Zorn's staff, not comparing his style to Brett Favre or Steve Young, but he is comparing himself to the way they approach the game.
You know, they were football players always, you know. Yeah, they were great quarterbacks, but I think what made them great quarterbacks was that they were football players. And I love the game. I love having fun out there. And, you know, I might be a little bit unorthodox, but I'm a great football player. I always have and hopefully always will be.
Colt's competing for the number 3 QB spot in the roster behind Jason Campbell and Todd Collins. And even in Ashburn, Virginia, Brennan's already a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's one thing when you're in Hawaii and you're the big man on campus. It's another thing when you're battling for the third-string quarterback job.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, it's definitely a surprise to me, but at the same time, you know, you gotta love it. You gotta think that it helps my chances in a lot of ways to have so many people rooting for me. And if I can go out there and have success in this preseason, you know, it may really solidify my spot here for years to come, hopefully.
Meanwhile, Miami Dolphins are in training camp in Davie, Florida. 3 former Warriors on their roster. 64 is center Samson Satele. 45 is fullback Reagan Mauia. Both second-year players, and they are joined by rookie receiver Devon Bess.
That's pretty neat to see the support that Colt Brennan's receiving in Washington, yeah?
See, I text messaged him the other day, and he's like, it's a bunch of transplants who live in that area, and also because they were making noise, Washington Redskins fans moved over there and started getting crazy as well.
Do you think Colt's right that it's got to help his chances with sticking with the team?
Well, I think it helps his confidence.
Yeah.
Because he remembers back to how it was when he was the big man on campus, and everybody, the adoring fans, hey, got him jacked up. If they can get him jacked up like he was here, who knows what could happen.
And Miami Dolphins, they got the Hawaii connection going on down there.
Yeah.
3 guys.
God awful last year.
They were, but they got the tuna now.
Yeah, Tuna's running the show from the front office.
All right, thanks, Robert.
Yep.
Good evening, everybody. Former Warrior quarterback, now Washington Redskins backup Colt Brennan completed his first week of training camp last week. And today on his blog, he commented on his latest performance at the Skins inter-squad scrimmage. Brennan is still battling with Derek Devine for the 3rd QB spot, and he may have put some distance between himself and the second-year player. According to his blog on Redskins.com, the former Warrior went 4 for 7 for 22 yards and no turnovers in the Skins' latest inter-squad game. After his reps, Colt says he and the Skins coaching staff went over his performance, and they were pleased with the fact that he made no mistakes. Brennan also had this to say: the defense was matched up really well with the plays we called. It can be a little daunting at times, but I try not to think about it when I'm out there. As far as my decision making and going to the right area with the ball, I think I did pretty well in the scrimmage. Former Warrior wideout Ashley Lilly missed the 49ers practice today with a calf injury. Head coach Mike Nolan said the former first-round pick had an MRI Sunday and could miss anywhere from a few days to 1 week of action. Lilly had 10 catches for 115 yards for San Fran last season.